They called it Heaven Peak, a mountain so tall its summit disappeared into the clouds, a place where, they believed, prayers could whisper straight into the sky. In a quiet valley below, people dreamed not of wealth or fame, but of building something sacred, a temple that would touch the heavens. But there was one problem. The path upward was treacherous, sharp cliffs, loose stones, wild winds. To reach the summit, one would need more than strength. One would need endurance. The village elder, his voice trembling but resolute, raised a wooden staff and declared, "Whoever builds a staircase to Heaven Peak will bring honor not only to themselves, but to all of us." Murmurs filled the crowd. Eyes turned toward one man, Wei, the strongest among them. Wei stood tall, arms like tree trunks, chest broad, a confident grin spreading across his face. "I will build it," he boomed, "and I will reach the top before anyone else even begins." Applause erupted. The villagers believed him. After all, Wei had always been the pride of the village, the one who lifted the heaviest sacks of grain, who ran fastest through the fields. But as the noise faded, a fragile voice spoke. It belonged to Grandmother Lin, a widow who lived at the edge of the village. Her back curved like a question mark, her hands trembled when she spoke. "I will build it too," she said softly, "one stone each day." The crowd laughed. "Grandmother Lin, you can barely walk to the well. You'll be long gone before you finish even one step." She simply smiled. "Then I will leave behind what I can." At sunrise, Wei began his climb. He carried massive rocks, his breath steady, his muscles glistening in the morning light. Villagers cheered as he stacked stone after stone, creating tall steps within days. Lin, meanwhile, tied a single small rock to her shawl and walked slowly up the hill. Every step looked like a struggle. When she reached a flat patch, she laid her stone gently and whispered, "One stone today, another tomorrow." While Wei's progress was loud and visible, Lin's was silent, almost invisible. Weeks passed. Wei's staircase rose quickly, but so did his pride. He began to boast, "At this pace, I'll finish before the old woman even reaches the first tree." But pride is heavy. It tires the spirit faster than any burden. Summer turned to autumn, the air grew colder, and Wei's enthusiasm began to wane. Some mornings, he slept in. Other days, he promised, "I'll do double tomorrow." But tomorrow rarely comes for those who wait for the perfect moment. His stones lay scattered at the mountain's base, half buried in grass. Meanwhile, Lin continued. Through heat, wind, rain, and snow she walked, climbed, laid a stone, and whispered the same vow. Just one today. She didn't talk about her work. She didn't boast. She simply did. Years went by. Children who once mocked her grew into adults. Some even helped her carry stones for a few steps, inspired by her calm persistence. Her hair turned white as frost, but her eyes glowed with purpose. Wei, on the other hand, avoided the mountain now. Every time he looked at it, he felt the sting of guilt. His staircase stood unfinished, a monument to wasted potential. He began to understand. Motivation fades, but habits remain. Then one dawn, a sound echoed through the valley, a bell ringing from above the clouds. The villagers rushed outside. They looked up and gasped. A gleaming staircase carved into the mountain wound its way to the very peak, a path so perfect it seemed nature itself had shaped it. And at the summit, bathed in morning light, stood Grandmother Lin, ringing a small bronze bell. The temple was complete. Tears filled the villagers' eyes. They climbed step by step until they reached her. "You did it," they whispered. "You, who we doubted, have built a road to heaven." Lin smiled faintly. "I only carried one stone at a time." Wei stood at the base, silent. He finally understood. Talent without consistency is thunder without rain. It makes noise, but never nourishes. That day, the staircase was named the Path of Patience. Travelers came from far lands to walk it, not because it led to a temple, but because it told a truth, that greatness is built, not in bursts of brilliance, but in moments of quiet endurance. We live in a world that worships speed, quick results, instant success, viral fame. But if you look closer, every lasting success is built like Lin's staircase, one stone at a time. The artist paints a little each day, even when no one sees. The student studies one more page before sleeping. The entrepreneur keeps trying after another failed attempt. They all carried their stones, slowly, patiently, and one day, when the world finally looks up, they've built their own stairway to heaven. So, if you've ever called yourself lazy, remember this. Laziness is not the absence of effort, it's the weight of overwhelmed dreams. Don't think about the whole mountain. Just carry one stone. Do one small thing today, then another tomorrow. Because consistency, not talent, not luck, is what builds legacies. Carry your stone today. Your mountain awaits.